Right, last GAC 3s that I totally forgot to do. Luckily, it's a long one because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Also, you'll see a wonderful glitch. And by wonderful, I mean absolutely infuriating. But we have a lot to talk about. No doubt we'll talk about it in the entirety of this video and probably the next video. Because there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. All right, we'll start with the game. The new Galactic Challenges. I do have a video on that. That'll be the next thing that I do. At least this last one was really tough. So I kind of liked it. It actually made me think a little bit as opposed to, just autoing with whomever. So yeah, that was a nice little bit of change. I don't really understand why the need to change the reward system insofar as making an end of event chest, but I guess it's fine. You just have to wait a couple of extra days. Whatever. But that one was nice and tough. And then Beskar Mando was announced and will be coming out probably next week. The format is nice because it looks like we need all the other Mando characters as opposed to just straight paying for this one. I'm sure there'll be some stuff that we have to pay for, but for the most part, it looks like we're going to be able to unlock it if we have all of the other Mando characters. So that's nice. Relic 8s. I'm glad they're not farmable. There are a couple of packs that you can buy, but beyond that, it looks like, at least for now, we are going to have to get all that stuff from events. So that's also good, because if it's one more thing that I have to pay for, I'm going to be annoyed. Hold on. Sorry, the door creaked and the dogs thought it was Bella coming home. Meanwhile, I literally just dropped her off at work. You can hear Roxy's crying in the background. Roxy! Hello? Nobody's there. Come here, dogs. Come here, dogs. Come here, doggies. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. Anyway, so glad to see. Oh, this is the wonderful, terrible battle. Just wait and see what happens. All right, enough over there. Rox, don't bite your sister's heels, you bitch. All right, just get ready for it. You'll see it in a minute. Once you see it, then I will, here it comes. Oh, look at that. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. Thought maybe that would do something. Nope. Hitting all the buttons. Nope, that doesn't do nothing. Nope. So that sucks. And the best part of it is when I get out. Yeah, look at that. See, got to start from scratch all over again. All right, so it is what it is. It was 3s. I still made it to Kyber, so NBD. All right, so back to Swigo. Beskar Mando, so that'll be fun. The new challenges are, well, at least small sample size in the new challenges, but they are challenging. At least the one is, so that's good. Yeah, if I have to, or not have to, but if there is the ability to buy Relic 8 stuff and all this other slicing mat stuff and whatever, I'm going to be really annoyed, because that's just one more thing to have to spend on to stay in the top or at the top. So not looking forward to that. Well, status quo now is fine, but if and when that changes, that will suck. Okay, let's talk about the important stuff. Last week, Disney announced no fewer than 10 Star Wars movies and TV shows. Fucking awesome. I don't remember if I had speculated as much on YouTube, but certainly in Discord, I speculated that the considerably high-profile casting of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano certainly implied that she was not going to merely be a secondary character on Mandalorian, but that she was in fact going to have her own show, and we found out last week that that is in fact the case. No doubt she will be chasing Grand Admiral Thrawn. I literally just insta tagged Lucasfilm that they should cast Olivia Munn as Sabine if she's still alive. Because Sabine in the show, I can say this, she got a little bit chinky eyes. I can say it, I'm Asian. So she got a little bit of chinky eyes in the Rebels show. And while she doesn't really have chinky eyes, Olivia Munn is in fact half Asian. So I think that that would be an awesome casting choice. Also, if you have seen X-Men Apocalypse, you know that Olivia Munn is the best part of that movie by far. Olivia Munn as Psylocke is fire, 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 fire. Yeah, obviously one of the hottest characters in the X-Men Marvel universe, being played by one of the hottest women in our real universe, Olivia Munn. So, yeah, definitely cast Olivia Munn as Sabine IMO. So that's just one. I mean, we got a little bit of the Cassian Andor miniseries, or confirmation thereof, confirmation of the Kenobi miniseries with Hayden Christensen recast as Vader. Not super thrilled about that, but for continuity, I get that they have to do that. Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman 1 and 2. The video is glitching out again. Let me stop and see if I can restart and see if it keeps doing it. Seizure alert. No, it's still doing it. Apple, fix iMovie, man. You're giving people seizures. Anyway. So Patty Jenkins, who really is the only successful director in the DC universe right now, is going to helm the Rogue Squadron movie. So that's fucking awesome. Taika Waititi finally has his own movie. That's awesome. I mean, there's so much. We get a Bad Batch show. There are a couple of other things that I have never heard of and don't quite really know what they're about. But there will... Oh, there's Rangers of the Resistance... Oh, no, Rangers of the New Republic. That's what it is. And that and Ahsoka and Mando all take place in the same time frame. So that could be really interesting. There will probably be a lot of crossover there. So that is... I'm definitely keen to see that. We didn't see anything about a Boba Fett spinoff. So clearly that rumor was just that, merely a rumor. I feel like they would have announced that. Yeah. But that's fine. I'm more than happy to continue to see Boba Fett in Mando. And if you watch closely enough at the Bad Batch trailer, you can easily make out Ming-Na Wen's character of Fennec Shand in there. So glad that they did not waste not only what could have been a good, or what could be a good character, but a Disney actress. I mean, Ming-Na Wen was the original voice for Mulan, and she's, well, certainly for her age, she's a fucking smoke show. And I'm not really into Asian women, but she's very, very attractive. I mean, she's fucking Chun-Li, man. She's Chun-Li from the Street Fighter movie, so she knows her shit. She is a talented and physical actress. She's been around the block with, nerd content like, what we like. So I'm glad to see them expand upon her role and character. So that's good. Yeah, pretty excited about that. Not only that, but they being Disney, announced just as much in terms of Marvel content, forthcoming Marvel content. And if you have been following me and listening to my annoying stock rants, I have said ad nauseum that Disney, between the Marvel and Lucasfilm franchises or Star Wars franchise, can literally make an unlimited amount of money. And that is finally being realized, because if you saw the stock price action on Disney on Friday, yesterday, you saw it rise by about 20 points. I think it was like 15%, a 15% daily gain. Daily gain. Might that come down a little bit in the future? Yeah, but I think the market realizes now that Disney does in fact know what it is doing. They are going to capitalize on their incredible success thus far with Disney Plus. Sure, the theme parks and the cruises are still very much a drag on Disney's balance sheet in terms of net losses. But I mean, they can well, and they're also going to make movies in the theaters, so they're going to still do theatrical releases. But they can produce an unlimited amount of content, which is something that I have been saying for literal years. A very good buddy of mine that also invested in Disney thinks that we could potentially, in a few years, see Disney trade at a similar multiple as Netflix, price to earnings multiple, which if you've listened to my stock stories, you might or should hopefully remember what that is. So price to earnings multiple is roughly, as much in layman's terms as I can put it, price to earnings multiple is the stock trades at whatever times their earnings per share power, so PE, price to earnings. So Netflix trades at roughly 85 times earnings. Its PE multiple is 85x. If Disney traded at Netflix's 85x multiple, Disney would be a $500 stock. It is currently 170 something, 175 or 174 or something like that. So theoretically, in a few years, if Disney trades at a multiple similar to that of Netflix, that would imply Disney should be or will be trading at a $500 share price. I think that is a little bit lofty, but it's not impossible. The slew of content that Disney announced, I mean, there is a lot of original programming there. There are a lot of theatrical releases there. So it's not totally out of the realm of possibility. Moreover, Disney is going to start including a lot more Fox and FX content on Disney Plus or Star. They're creating like a new section in under Disney Plus. 'Cause you know how we have like Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, etc., etc. So if and when Disney starts incorporating all the Fox content that they own after having bought Fox, then, I mean, what aren't they going to have? The only thing that they are not going to have are things exclusively owned by Warner Media, which is a subsidiary to AT&T, and Netflix originals or Amazon Prime originals. That's it. I mean, 20th Century Fox. There are very few things that aren't 20th Century Fox, that aren't Fox or FX. And all of that is now under Disney. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, even Family Guy eventually is going to be in Disney Plus. And don't forget Hulu. Disney owns Hulu. So all the stuff that you can see on Hulu are probably going to eventually make their way to Disney Plus. And I'm pretty sure Disney has a partnership with ABC. Or maybe they own ABC. I don't even remember, honestly. I think they maybe own ABC now. But yeah, so you're eventually going to be able to see Brooklyn Nine-Nine on, or at least parts of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think, because I think Fox got rid of it and then somebody else bought it. I can't remember who. All this to say, there's going to be so much shit for you to watch on Disney Plus or any other related apps. You're really not going to need anything else unless you really want to see some Netflix originals. I used to really want Disney to spin off ESPN because it historically bled money. But they've actually been making a decent amount of money with their pay-per-views, mostly the UFC and MMA stuff. They've been making a decent amount of money with their pay-per-views. So maybe they won't, or maybe they shouldn't. But at the moment, in spite of COVID, it appears as though Disney is firing on almost all cylinders. Again, theme parks and cruises notwithstanding. So, look, I would never advocate anyone buying Disney after it just had a 15% daily gain. But if you think there is potential for Disney to trade at a multiple similar to that of Netflix, then I would buy on weakness. Because Disney at $175 a share, not even close, not even remotely close to Netflix's 85x. And that is just based on 2019 earnings. That number I came up with, the $500 a share, that is based on Disney's 2019 earnings. Before COVID. BC. Before COVID. So if you think that Disney can get back to or exceed 2019, then you should consider buying Disney stock on weakness. That's just my personal, non-professional opinion. It's not going to happen overnight, but stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. So, yeah. I am very, very excited about the next few years of Disney, specifically Star Wars and Marvel franchises. There's also a bunch of other shit that they're going to come out with, like Indiana Jones, big whoop. I mean, it makes sense because Indiana Jones is Lucasfilm, so it does make sense. Yeah. Very excited. Very excited. Very nice. If you haven't seen Borat 2, unrelatedly, go see Borat 2. Or go stream Borat 2. It's really funny. So yeah. Most importantly is that with the next 5 years being full of new Star Wars content, we can rest easy at night. We can sleep at night. That Swiggo will survive at least another 5 years. Some people will not be happy about that. Others will be indifferent. And yet still some will be excited by that. I don't know that I fully intend on spending like I have historically for the next 5 years. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. I guess I don't really have any other expenses right now, especially with COVID. Not that I ever really had a social life to begin with anyway. It's just me and my dogs at home most nights. Bella works nights, so. Yeah, so sorry you had to watch this abortion of a GAC and the video itself with this spazzing, flickering nonsense. But yeah, very excited about Disney and Star Wars for the foreseeable future. I got most of it, I talked about most of the things, so I'm not really sure I'm going to talk about it in the next video, but whatever.